What happens when love is tested not by outside forces, but by the very dreams two people hold closest to their hearts? Heartland Season 19's trailer has dropped, and it teases a twist that fans never saw coming: marriage plans that were supposed to bring joy now face an unexpected roadblock. The ranch has seen its share of storms, but this one threatens to shake not only the bonds of love, but also the very foundation of family loyalty. The trailer opens with a mood that is both hopeful and unsettling, hinting at a season where happiness and heartbreak walk side by side. At the center of it all is Amy, who, after years of carrying the weight of loss, has slowly allowed her heart to open again. Her deepening bond with Nathan has given fans a glimpse of love's second chance, a romance that feels both delicate and fierce. Their chemistry has grown quietly, shown through stolen moments, unspoken feelings, and an understanding that seems to come without words. For many viewers, the thought of Amy finding love again brought comfort, a light after a long tunnel of grief. But just as it seems their journey is moving toward marriage, a shadow falls over their plans. This tension is not only romantic, but also deeply personal. Amy's life has always been tied to Heartland Ranch, where love, family, and tradition come before everything else. Yet with Nathan by her side, she faces a crossroads that could pull her in a direction she never expected. The trailer suggests that while marriage should be a celebration, in Heartland it becomes a test of loyalty, of trust, and of the unshakable bonds that keep the family together. The question is not only whether Amy and Nathan are truly ready for this step, but whether the people around them will accept it. At the heart of the conflict lies Jack's protective spirit and Lou's ever-watchful concern. The trailer hints that Jack, while supportive of Amy's happiness, may not fully trust Nathan's place in her life. His silence, his measured glances, and his heavy heart speak volumes. After all, Jack has seen Amy through her darkest moments, and the idea of someone new stepping into the role of partner and potentially family carries a weight that cannot be ignored. Lou, on the other hand, has always been the voice of reason, but also of worry. Marriage is not just about two people, it's about blending families, histories, and expectations. Lou's doubts, while coming from a place of love, threaten to widen the cracks in Amy's carefully rebuilt world. Adding to this already fragile situation is Lindy, whose innocent questions often strike deeper than any adults. The trailer leaves just enough to suggest that Lindy's feelings about Nathan and the idea of her mother marrying again could stir emotions that Amy is not prepared to face. For a child who grew up hearing stories about Ty and watching her mother navigate the aftermath of heartbreak, the thought of change is both confusing and frightening. Lindy's presence in this storyline raises the emotional stakes higher, making marriage not just a union of love, but a decision that impacts an entire family. And then comes the twist. The roadblock that no one saw coming? It isn't just hesitation or cold feet. It's something bigger, more complex, and tied to secrets from Nathan's past. The trailer teases whispers of unfinished business, relationships that were never fully resolved, and a truth that could threaten everything Amy thought she knew about the man she has come to trust. It's not a matter of whether Amy loves Nathan, but whether she can stand by him when the full weight of his past comes crashing into their future. In true Heartland fashion, the season doesn't give away easy answers. Instead, it lays out a path filled with uncertainty, where every decision feels heavy with consequence. Fans are left questioning whether love can survive when tested by family doubts, hidden truths, and the relentless pull of the past. The trailer gives us just enough to believe in Amy and Nathan's bond, yet just enough to fear that their road to marriage may end before it truly begins. The storm that brews in Heartland Season 19 is not only about Amy and Nathan's uncertain future, it's also about the ripple effect their relationship creates across the entire family. Heartland has always been more than just a story of two people. It's the story of how every choice touches every branch of the family tree. And now, as Amy and Nathan stand on the edge of commitment, the trailer hints that the people closest to them may not be ready to see it happen. The most unexpected source of tension comes with the arrival of Nathan's sister, a character whose presence promises to stir emotions and ignite conflicts in ways no one could have predicted. She steps into the story with an energy that feels both protective and combative, a woman who carries her own scars and secrets. From the trailer's brief but powerful glimpses, it's clear that she is not convinced Amy is the right person. For Nathan, or perhaps more accurately, that Amy's world is too complicated to welcome him without cost. Her words, sharp and unapologetic, seem to cut through the fragile hope Amy has been clinging to. In her eyes, marriage is not just a promise of love, but a burden that Nathan may not be strong enough to carry. Her doubts don't just wound Amy, they awaken Amy's own fears. For all her strength and resilience, Amy knows what it means to love deeply and lose painfully. The memory of Ty still lingers like a ghost, sometimes a comfort, sometimes a weight. As she listens to Nathan's sister challenge her place in his life, Amy can't help but question if she's moving forward too quickly, or if the love she's building with Nathan can withstand the shadows of the past. Every accusation, every glance of disapproval, chips away at the certainty she thought she had found. And it's not only Amy who feels this tension. The Heartland family itself is divided. Jack, ever the quiet guardian, seems torn between supporting Amy's happiness and protecting her from another heartbreak. He has seen Nathan's sincerity, but Jack has also lived long enough to know that love is not always enough when the past comes calling. Lou, meanwhile, grows more outspoken, voicing concerns that Amy may be rushing into something that could backfire not only for herself, but for Lindy. Her protective instincts clash with Amy's desire for independence, creating friction that threatens the delicate balance of their relationship as sisters. The most heartbreaking part of the trailer comes from Lindy, whose innocence makes her questions cut deeper than any confrontation. In a brief but unforgettable moment, she asks Amy if marrying Nathan means she has to stop missing her dad. It's a simple question, born from the mind of a child, but it leaves Amy speechless. That question is not just about Nathan, it's about Ty, about grief, about love that never fades. Lindy's words plant seeds of doubt that no reassurance can fully erase, forcing Amy to wonder if moving forward is truly healing, or if it risks leaving behind something sacred. Nathan himself is caught in the middle of this storm, a man trying to prove his love while facing resistance from all sides. His sister's warnings, combined with the cautious mistrust of Amy's family, put him in a position no one would envy. The trailer suggests moments where Nathan's patience is tested, where his determination to stand beside Amy collides with the reality of being pulled apart by forces he can't control. His devotion is clear, but the road ahead demands more than love. It demands sacrifice, honesty, and a willingness to confront the parts of his life he has tried to keep hidden. This is where the suspense grows sharpest, because hidden beneath the conflict lies a secret that Nathan's sister seems to know, a piece of his past that could unravel everything. Her disapproval doesn't come from nowhere, it comes from knowledge. And the way she holds back, the way her words seem half-spoken, suggests that the truth she carries is powerful enough to shift the entire season's direction. Amy senses this too, which is why her doubts grow heavier. It's not just about whether Nathan can be trusted, it's about whether she can handle what his past might reveal. Heartland Season 19 thrives on these kinds of emotional battles, the ones where love and family collide, where choices don't come with easy answers. And in this chapter of Amy's story, the question is not only whether she can follow her heart, but whether her heart is strong enough to survive the storm that comes with it. The roadblock in their marriage plans is no longer just a matter of timing or fear. It is a test that demands truth, courage, and the kind of resilience that only Heartland's greatest stories have ever managed to show. As Heartland Season 19 inches closer to its mid-season turning point, the tension that has been simmering finally threatens to explode. The family conflict, Nathan's sister's warnings, and Amy's growing doubts all converge into a breaking point where the truth can no longer be buried. What began as whispers and guarded looks now becomes a confrontation that shakes the foundation of trust, not only between Amy and Nathan, but within the entire Heartland family. The trailer teases a chilling moment when Nathan's past finally comes to light, a secret so heavy that it casts doubt on every promise he has made. The details remain shrouded in mystery, but the fragments shown suggest that his past is tied to mistakes he never fully confessed. It isn't about betrayal in love, but something deeper. Choices that shaped the man he is, choices that may not align with the life Amy thought she was building. For a woman whose trust has already been fractured once by loss, this revelation is not just unsettling. It is devastating. Amy's strength has always been in her ability to forgive and rebuild, but forgiveness becomes far harder when the wounds are fresh and the lies are recent. The Heartland family reacts with predictable intensity. Jack, who has always stood as the pillar of loyalty, finds himself caught in the crossfire. His love for Amy compels him to protect her, but his wisdom tells him that people can change. Still, his silence in the trailer, the look of disappointment etched across his face, reveals how much this secret has shaken him. Lou, however, is far less forgiving. Her words, sharp and unyielding, echo through the barn as she accuses Nathan of hiding behind charm while withholding the truth. For Lou, this isn't just about Amy's happiness. It's about protecting the family from a man she now views as untrustworthy. And then there's Nathan's sister, who becomes the unwilling messenger of truth. What she knows, she has carried, alone. And when she finally reveals it, the weight falls hardest on Amy. Her tone isn't cruel, it's sorrowful, as if she knows that unveiling the secret will break hearts, but believes silence would destroy even more. The pain in her voice suggests that she too has suffered because of Nathan's choices, and now the responsibility of unveiling his past has fallen squarely on her shoulders. Amy's reaction in this moment is the most gripping. The trailer shows her withdrawing, her gaze shifting not with anger but with heartbreak. She is not a woman quick to judge, but she is a woman who has lived through enough pain to know the cost of ignoring red flags. In one scene, she is seen alone in the fields of Heartland, her hands buried in the mane of her horse, her expression torn between love and betrayal. It is here that Amy's greatest struggle comes to life. Can she continue to trust Nathan and fight for their love, or does she step back to protect her family, her daughter, and her own heart from further pain? Lindy's presence intensifies the stakes further. The trailer teases an emotional exchange where Lindy notices her mother's tears and asks if Nathan is leaving. The innocence in her voice highlights the harsh reality Amy faces. Her decisions are not hers alone. Every choice she makes reverberates into Lindy's world, shaping her understanding of love, loyalty, and family. For Amy, the thought of breaking her daughter's trust is almost unbearable, yet the thought of moving forward blindly feels just as dangerous. Nathan himself is left with no place to hide. The man who had hoped to step quietly into Amy's world now stands exposed, his past dragging behind him like chains. His attempts to explain, to defend himself, show desperation but also sincerity. The trailer suggests that Nathan's secret, while damning, may not be without context. Perhaps a mistake born of youth, or a burden carried to protect someone else. Yet for Amy, the damage is not in the act itself, but in the silence that followed. A relationship built on secrecy is no relationship at all, and now she must decide whether to rebuild or to walk away. The entire family teeters on the edge of collapse. Dinner tables become battlegrounds, the barn becomes a place of confrontation instead of healing, and even the wide-open skies of Heartland feel suffocating under the weight of distrust. Every character's loyalty is tested. Jack's to Amy, Lou's to family unity, Nathan's to truth, and Amy's to herself. The season reaches a fever pitch where no one can remain neutral, and everyone is forced to choose a side. What makes this conflict so explosive is that there is no clear villain. Nathan's secret is damaging, but his love for Amy appears genuine. His sister's interference feels cruel at times, but it stems from honesty and fear. Jack and Lou's protectiveness, though suffocating, comes from love. Even Amy's doubts, though heartbreaking, are grounded in wisdom earned through pain. Heartland Season 19 sets the stage for a climax where the lines between right and wrong blur, and the only certainty is that someone will walk away broken. The trailer leaves us at the edge of this chaos with one haunting image: Amy standing at a crossroads, the weight of her past and her future pressing down on her shoulders. Her eyes reveal the question that every fan will carry into the season. Will she choose to forgive Nathan and risk another heartbreak, or will she protect her family and her heart by walking away from the love she has only just begun to trust? The climax of Heartland Season 19 does not come with a quiet resolution. It comes with a storm of emotions that leave every character standing at a crossroads. Nathan's secret, once revealed, does not simply fade into the background, it reverberates through every corner of Heartland Ranch, reshaping relationships and forcing choices that cannot be undone. For Amy, the woman who has always carried the family's legacy with grace, this becomes her greatest trial yet, deciding whether to hold on to the man she has come to love or to protect the family and daughter who depend on her. The fallout is immediate. Trust, once broken, proves difficult to rebuild. Lou, already skeptical, becomes even more firm in her conviction that Nathan cannot be part of their lives. Her sharp words echo in family meetings. Her arguments relentless. Amy has already suffered one heartbreak, and inviting another man into her life, especially one with a shadowed past, is too dangerous. Lou's loyalty to Amy is clear, but her love comes wrapped in warnings that sting as much as they protect. Jack, by contrast, shows restraint. His silence says more than his words. He understands that Amy must make her own decision, but his. Disappointment in Nathan hangs heavy in the air. For a man who values honesty above all else, Nathan's hidden past becomes a wound not easily forgiven. Nathan himself becomes a figure divided between guilt for the past and desperation for the future. The trailer teases moments where he fights not only for Amy's forgiveness, but also for the family's acceptance. He admits to his mistakes, explains the context, and lays his heart bare. Yet the question remains, is love enough when the foundation of trust has been shaken? His vulnerability reveals a man who truly cares, but sincerity alone cannot erase the damage done. The most heartbreaking scenes revolve around Lindy, who becomes the quiet compass of Amy's choice. Her innocent questions cut deeper than any accusation. She asks if choosing Nathan means forgetting her dad, if saying yes to this new love means leaving Ty behind. For Amy, these questions expose the rawest part of her soul. She does not want to erase Ty's memory. She never could. But she also longs for a future where love fills the empty spaces grief left behind. The tension lies not in choosing between Ty and Nathan, but in realizing that moving forward does not mean forgetting. And that lesson is far more difficult to teach a child than to understand herself. The family fractures under the weight of these emotions. Arguments spill into the open, with voices raised and lines drawn. Some believe Amy deserves happiness no matter the risks, while others fear the consequences of trusting Nathan too soon. Even Ashley's return, which once promised nostalgia and warmth, becomes tangled in the chaos as old relationships resurface and unresolved tensions flare. What should have been a season of healing threatens to collapse into division. And yet, amid the turmoil, Heartland holds to its tradition. Moments of stillness where clarity finally breaks through the noise. In one powerful sequence teased in the trailer, Amy is shown standing alone at the ranch, the sky painted in dust colors, her expression heavy with decision. It is in this solitude that Amy realizes the truth. No one else can make this choice for her. Not Lou, not Jack, not Nathan's sister, not even Lindy. This is her life, her heart, her future. She can either allow the fear of the past to chain her or take a leap into an uncertain but hopeful tomorrow. When she finally speaks, her voice is steady but filled with emotion. The impossible choice becomes clear. Amy chooses not between Nathan and Ty, but between fear and courage. Whether she decides to embrace Nathan's love despite his flaws, or to walk away in order to protect her daughter and family legacy, her decision is rooted in the strength that has always defined her character, the ability to endure, to heal, and to rise above heartbreak. Heartland's power has always been in showing that life is not about avoiding pain, but about finding the courage to keep moving forward. The aftermath of her decision will ripple through every relationship. If she stays with Nathan, she must confront the challenge of rebuilding trust brick by brick, proving to her family that her choice is not reckless but brave. If she walks away, she must carry the weight of loss once more, teaching Lindy that sometimes love means letting go. Either path is steeped in sacrifice, but either path also reflects the resilience that Heartland has celebrated for nearly 2 decades. As the season's trailer closes, fans are left with one haunting certainty. Heartland Season 19 is not just about marriage plans or romantic dreams. It is about the enduring struggle between love and loyalty, between the hope of tomorrow and the scars of yesterday. Amy's choice will not only define her own future, but will forever change the fabric of the Heartland family. The road ahead promises heartbreak and healing, but whichever way the story unfolds, it will remind viewers why this series continues to resonate so deeply, because at its core, it reflects the choices we all face in love, family, and life itself. And so, Heartland Season 19 leaves us at the edge of one of the most powerful storylines the series has ever dared to tell. A season that began with whispers of hope and the promise of new love now stands at a turning point where dreams are tested, family bonds are stretched, and the meaning of loyalty is pushed to its limits. The road to marriage was supposed to be a celebration, a symbol of healing for Amy after years of heartbreak. But as we have seen, life at Heartland is never that simple. Every joy comes with shadows, and every decision carries a weight that cannot be ignored. What makes this season so gripping is not just the drama itself, it's the humanity behind it. Amy's story is not simply about whether she marries Nathan or walks away. It's about something much bigger. It's about the universal struggle we all face. How do we honor the past while still moving toward the future? How do we carry our scars without letting them control us? How do we trust again, even when trust has been broken before? These questions lie at the heart of her journey, and they are the very questions that make Heartland more than just a television series. It makes it a reflection of real life. Fans have walked with Amy through every chapter of her life. The joy of young love, the heartbreak of loss, the strength of rebuilding, and now the delicate step of opening her heart once again. It's no wonder that her decision feels so personal to us. We don't just watch her story, we feel it. When Amy struggles with doubts, we are reminded of our own moments of uncertainty. When she stands at the crossroads between fear and courage, we think about the choices we've had to make in our own lives. And when she finally decides, whether for love or for loyalty, we know it will leave an imprint on our hearts as deeply as it does on hers. But what makes this finale even more powerful is the way it ripples through the entire Heartland family. Jack, with his quiet wisdom, shows us the weight of generational love, the kind that protects, supports, and sometimes questions, but never truly falters. Lou, with her sharp words and fiery spirit, reminds us that sometimes love is expressed in warnings, in the refusal to let someone we care about make a mistake without a fight. Lindy, with her innocent questions, represents the purity of truth, the way children can see the world without complication, forcing adults to confront the emotions they often hide. And Nathan, with all his flaws and sincerity, embodies the complexity of love itself, messy, imperfect, but deeply human. Heartland has always excelled at blending romance with reality, joy with sorrow, and dreams with hardship. Season 19 raises the stakes by showing us that love is not a fairy tale ending, but a choice we must make every single day, especially when challenges arise. The marriage roadblock is not just a plot twist. It is a reminder that in life, happiness often comes with obstacles, and it's in overcoming them that true love proves its strength. As viewers, we are left hanging on the edge of anticipation. Will Amy risk her heart again, trusting Nathan despite the shadows of his past? Or will she choose the safer path, prioritizing her daughter and family above her own happiness? There is no easy answer. And that's exactly why the story resonates so deeply. Because in truth, there is no easy answer in life either. Every choice comes with sacrifice, and every path carries its own form of pain and hope. And while we wait for the next episodes to unfold, one thing remains certain. Heartland has once again delivered a season that speaks not only to the characters we love, but also to the viewers who carry their stories in their own lives. It reminds us that love is both fragile and resilient, that family is both a comfort and a challenge, and that no matter how dark the road becomes, there is always light waiting at the end. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Amy should forgive Nathan and move forward with their marriage plans? Or do you think the risk is too great for her and Lindy? Do you agree with Jack's quiet approach or with Lou's protective warning? And most importantly, if you were in Amy's shoes, would you choose love or loyalty? Your thoughts and perspectives matter because they make this community more than just an audience. They make it a family, just like Heartland itself. If you enjoyed diving into this emotional journey, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss the latest Heartland updates. Turn on notifications, because the next twist in this season could change everything, and you won't want to be the last to know. And if this story touched you, share it with fellow fans, because Heartland is best experienced together with people who understand the joy, the tears, and the inspiration it brings. As we close, remember this. Heartland has never been just about horses, ranches, or even romance. It has always been about the resilience of the human spirit, the courage to love, to lose, to heal, and to love again. That is why, no matter how many seasons pass, it will always hold a special place in our hearts. So, until next time, hold on to hope, cherish your family, and never be afraid to take that leap of faith. Because sometimes, even when marriage plans hit a roadblock, the journey that follows can lead to something even greater.